Hey, good afternoon. It's Pete from FigLife.com. Today I'm looking at a fig called Martinenca Rimada. Alright, so we'll look at the Martinenca Rimada fig tree. It's kind of back here, deep in the shade. The other fig trees. It's right here. It really has not grown much this year. This has been kind of a poor grower for me. One of my worst growing trees this year, actually. Here's where I cut it last year, and it's really only grown this branch, that branch, and that right there, and that's it. So not growing real well, but it is producing some really, really pretty fruits. I mean, look at that. That's amazing striping on these. Just really pretty. Some of the best stripes that I have of any of my fig varieties. And I just picked this fig off of the tree. You can see the stripes are almost completely faded now. You can see a little bit of it still. But the fig should turn dark as it ripens. I actually didn't sell any of this material last year because I couldn't confirm that it was actually Martinenca Rimada. Because there was a big mix-up a while back where I think it was Panache Cyanwood was being sold as Martinenca Rimada, and so there was a lot of folks that were growing Martinenca Rimada growing Panache thinking it was Martinenca Rimada, but the way you can tell is that this variety will actually turn purple as it ripens, whereas I don't think Panache does. All right, yeah, I did double check that old thread about the difference between the two figs, the fake one and the real one, and it was Panache. And yeah, the way to tell is that if it doesn't turn purple, then it's the Panache variety. Anyway, this is Martinenca Rimada. Really pretty fig. You saw how pretty it was before it turns colors, and then even when it's changing colors, it has a really pretty look to it as it starts turning purple. Now that it's fully ripe, you don't see much of that striping left, but it is really a pretty variety to grow for sure. This is my first fig off this tree, and I don't have a lot of experience picking this variety, so I'm not sure how ripe this is, but we'll find out here in a second. All right, cut it open. So that's looking really good on the inside. I'm glad I picked that. I wasn't sure. Sometimes when the figs don't get soft, because this one really wasn't very soft, it's difficult to tell when they're ripe. And this one was still pretty firm when I picked it, but it had been hanging there for a while, so I figured surely it must be ripe, right? But that does look pretty good. It does look pretty ripe. So let me go ahead and try this. All right, good afternoon. Again, I'm back. I'm gonna take a quick break to grab my microphone because I think I've mentioned this before, but I feel like there's like 7 days a week, there's like lawnmowers going on all sides of my property. I don't know what it is. I don't know if people just like mowing their lawns every day or what the deal is, but it was just like some really loud lawnmowers going on, so I had to grab my microphone. Anyway, so this is Martinenca Rimada. First fig of the year. I did get a couple figs last year, and looks like I'll get a handful again this year. All right, so it's got a berry flavor. It's not real sweet for me though, and that's probably because it's back there in the shade, and it's not getting a lot of sunlight. And I think if this was getting a lot of sunlight, it would have a much sweeter flavor. So it's not, this is not knocking it out of the park for me. Yeah. It's just okay. Just because it doesn't have that sweetness it should. And that's probably because it's not in the sun. But that's just probably an issue that's unique to me, just because where I put the fig tree. So beautiful fig, probably has a good taste, but I can't confirm that right here, right now. But it is a beautiful fig, and so for that reason, you know, there may be some interest in growing this variety. So, yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe and check out my website, www.figlife.com.